If this story's true, we've got a pretty interesting one on our hands. I saw this posted on the GTA6 subreddit by a user Fish 2010, and they posted a story that was my personal car was used for vehicle audio recordings, most probably for use in GTA 6. So let me read you guys the story. It's about time I started telling people about the fact that my car was used at a private testing ground called Millbrook Proving Ground, based in the United Kingdom. My car in question is a 2009 Ford Crown Victoria Police Interceptor, fully kitted out with the lights, sirens, and equipment. In 2021, it was arranged to use my car for extensive audio recordings at the various facilities in Millbrook, driven by the one and only Nikki Faulkner, who is a high-profile stunt driver who has done work for films like in the upcoming Gran Turismo film, Mission Impossible Fallout, the Grand Tour, the closing ceremony for the 2012 London Olympic Games. I was never told officially that Rockstar Games were behind the work. I was only told it was for a high-profile video game project based in Scotland. It was some firm that was contracted to do the work for game developers, which kind of adds up when you see Rockstar have hired other smaller companies to do their dirty work before. Nikki Faulkner working on a high-profile video game project only led me to one conclusion out of common sense. Rockstar North, based in Edinburgh. Conveniently, the same small country me and my car are both in. To be exact, in my country alone, there are 5 Rockstar offices in the UK. Rockstar North, Rockstar Leeds, Rockstar Dundee, Rockstar Lincoln, and Rockstar London. So there's a lot of development for the next game being done here in the UK. It would work out cheaper for them to work with local cars than to go abroad and do it. My car has the old school V8 with a very distinct sound, as well as many other distinct sounds like doors closing, the warning chimes, and the transmission. It'll most likely be used for the police cruiser or taxi in game, which are also conveniently vapid stainers, which are in the GTA equivalent of the Crown Vics. I won't be posting any screenshots of the emails or videos I have, as I'm not going to risk being sued if Rockstar are in these forums, but once the game releases, I'll happily post everything then. And he included some pictures, which I will show you guys as well. Let's take a look at this first one right here. This is just simply what the car looks like. And you can see this looks like an American police vehicle, one that we would see in a place like Vice City, Florida, which of course is based on Miami. And interestingly enough, if you've seen the Grand Theft Auto 6 leaks, there was a lot of police footage, and there's a lot of details that we were able to gather, not only about the police and the way they respond and interact, but also with their vehicles too. So this is starting to add up. This second picture right here, this is of Nikki Faulkner with the vehicle in the shop, and you can see the hood is raised there, and you can see the absolute massive engine. So that's pretty cool. Again, kind of confirms that he was legitimately there and working on the vehicle. And they also hooked up audio recording equipment in use for both rear exhaust for idling and a 0 to 60 second acceleration run. So you can see in this shot right here, it's got a little bit of equipment on it, probably designed to capture the sound that the vehicle is going to be making. And then last but not least, this is the vehicle leaving Millbrook, which is where all that sort of stuff is done. So my first thinking with something like this is, doesn't this guy have to sign a non-disclosure agreement? I mean, Rockstar and Take-Two Interactive's NDA are very strict. You can't mention a word or any detail, even if you don't mention any names. So my first theory is that this guy either didn't sign an NDA and only the people that worked on the vehicle did, or unfortunately, this has nothing to do with Rockstar. Or maybe weirdly, Rockstar didn't think it was worth the effort and they wouldn't be bothered if people are going to find out that the next GTA has car sounds. I mean, we'll talk about that in a little bit, but that was the first thing where I was like, that's kind of interesting. Now, this individual did respond saying, I didn't sign anything, but at the same time, I wasn't told a lot either. A lot of my questions and emails had, I can't tell you that responses. big scale operation, expensive to just record car audio. And what I did learn is that it was a video game project based in Edinburgh. Rockstar North are in Edinburgh, which, correct me if I'm wrong, are the ones who do the most development work on the new titles. So diving into this a little bit deeper, it's possible Rockstar was looking for real-life cars to record car sounds for Grand Theft Auto 6. And if they were looking to replicate a lot of the vehicles that we're going to see in Vice City, which of course we know is in America, I don't believe there's a lot of Crown Vic police interceptors just hanging around in the United Kingdom. In fact, the person who posted this picture even responded to that. They said, yes, there aren't many at all. Even fewer Crown Vics available for rental purposes. I got 300 pounds per day, plus fuel expenses and new suspension paid for as it was shot on my car after they were done with it. The stunt driver, the equipment, the crew involved, and the visit to Millbrook easily amounted to 5 figures. Whoever is behind it has a lot of money to burn. So Rockstar was looking to keep things efficient by staying in the same country they're based in, but they also had the amount of money to spend on a project like this. We know that Grand Theft Auto 6 not only is going to cost a ton to make. If Grand Theft Auto 5 took $250 million to officially create, you know GTA 6 is going to take a lot more than that, but it's also going to make a ton. So Rockstar does have the amount of money to burn and to spend on something like this. Now, more follow-up to this, as someone said, it's possible, but it could also be for a Need for Speed Most Wanted remake or another Need for Speed game. They're based in the UK too, right? And he said it could be. I've heard of this too, but when I heard Edinburgh being mentioned, I immediately thought of Rockstar North, which are the biggest development studio under Rockstar. There was a lot of information being kept for me. I cannot confirm 100% that it is for GTA 6, but it was an expensive operation, so whoever's behind it has a lot of money to burn. Now, just going back to the leaked GTA 6 footage, you can actually see a Vapid Stainer, which is a Ford Crown Victoria, in the leaked footage, though it's used as a civilian vehicles. However, there are still a lot of counties in Florida that use Crown Vics. So this classic cop car might still be used in Grand Theft Auto 6. And if you look at Miami today in 2023, there's a ton of Crown Vics that are still used as taxi. It's like how New York City used to be. So there's a ton of them around in Miami. So we should see a lot of this car being used in game as either a taxi or a police vehicle. So it wouldn't be surprising if that's what they were doing, and if they were utilizing one that they could access in the United Kingdom versus having to travel to the United States to do something like this. And it kind of makes sense with the timeline of it as well. If that was taking place in 2021, that would have been prime time GTA 6 development footage, and probably would be around the time that they're adding sounds for cars and vehicles. And apparently over the years, Rockstar has received a lot of criticism over its vehicle sound effects, both in Grand Theft Auto 4 and in Grand Theft Auto 5, so it would not be surprising if they were putting in a little bit more effort on their next title for Grand Theft Auto 6. And again, we have no confirmation that it is for GTA 6, but the pieces are starting to come together. A big project based in Edinburgh, and the cost of the operation, again, into the 5 figures if you believe this user, which again is just a lot of money to record some car sounds. Only the kind of money you think a company like Rockstar Games would have. So if you want to look into this post for yourself, I'll leave a link to it in the description. It is a rather interesting story. Of course, you need to take everything with a grain of salt, but it looks pretty legitimate and all the details seem to line up. So let me know what you think about it in those comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there, or of course you can reach out to me on my Facebook page, where as always you can send messages, photos, videos, and a whole lot more. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video though, a like rating would of course be awesome, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and all the Rockstar Games videos that I'll be doing here on my channel, and be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.